didn't have one. I shut the air horn off. Next topic is looking into the future. In 5 years, what do you think some of the biggest things that will be changing in the DJ industry for DJs? When I'm looking at Magic Ball, anybody who wants to start us out?
Music acquisition.
Give me a little bit more, because you're on. This is one of the ones I wanted to talk about.
Well, right now they have, you got Spotify and all those services, and just wondering what's next. And right now we're downloading music.
Yep.
What's the next big thing that's going to happen?
Good. We'll hold that one. That's our last. That's the one I think we want to talk last about. Dave, go ahead. We're going to work our way around as long as we're doing it. What do you think?
Sure. Gear-wise, technologically-wise, probably more wireless options. I mean, I don't run a whole lot of ceremonies where I'm not wirelessly streaming my music to my sound system now.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I can be standing at the back door helping direct people in if they don't have an on-site coordinator doing that type of stuff. So I think wireless is going to continue to play a bigger and bigger role technologically. And I think, let's all leave mine at technological stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Mitch, we'll come back and hit that one too, because there's a little bit with that. Mitch, what do you got?
I think it's going to be something I witnessed back in 2009. It really inspired me to jump into video. It's going to be the revolution of adding video into your shows if you don't already do so. Whether it be the new 360 cameras that are out, whether it be, many different options you can do right now to leverage to create something unique and different. To me, it's going to be adding video to your shows if you haven't already done so.
Very cool. Anthony.
I'm going to tag into that a little bit because video and lighting are kind of merging into one element now. So what I think is going to happen is we're start going to see like TVs running full lighting systems or projectors. You can buy one projector and have it do your whole lighting rig.
And I think let's just tie it. We're going to start. And we're going to work our way right back here. We're going to start with the two of you, both yours tied together. I'm seeing things now that are in prototype that I'm hearing about. Is the ability to do that, and then I think you're going to see that to become this thing where it's really a choose your own experience, yet it's a collective experience within the whole group event. If you follow me,
yes.
And I think you're going to have a tie in with that, where people. If you guys have heard about the Silent Symphony, I mean, many of you have probably seen it and such, where the people can choose what they're listening to at that moment. I can see in the future with weddings where we might have three different songs going at the same time, and you have different people listening to different songs and engaging in different ways, and then really to a point choosing their experience on the walls as the decor of the room and such to say, hey, look at I can kind of design this on the fly. So. Just a lot of technology, I think, is really going to change how we handle rooms and such.
Virtual reality. Nobody's going to go to a wedding 5 years from now. We're going to drop a headset on and put that over our eyes, and we'll be there.
Yeah. I think there's going to be components of that will be there. But then it'll probably make the actual smaller, intimate weddings where people are together that much more incredible and important to us. And as we find out, we go to conventions now. We get to see each other, but we go to conventions basically to go and sit down and talk to each other. And, it's more the hug and the handshake that we miss from the virtual world.
Oh, I miss you, John.
No kisses. I didn't say kisses.
Okay. Days when I hate using a 27-inch iMac.
Yeah, exactly. And mine got the rumble feel. Okay, working backwards. God, Dave, I forgot what we're working backwards. So yours was again, please.
The
technology,
wireless
technology. Have you guys played with? There's a few companies that have the wireless speakers. Sonos is the one that I've done the most with, where it's basically one system that's transmitting via wireless to any number of speakers, and they're all basically in sync.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see. And this will tie to that individual experience, I think, that you were talking about. Because, Mitch, when you're talking to your brides, are you hearing brides who are wanting to really have that unique experience that is more catered to their style? Or what are you finding out right now?
Yeah, frankly, it's almost sad. And we as a company have had to adapt a little bit. I'm having more of my couples wanting less of the personalization as of late.
That's what I was finding out too.
Which is a trend. I'm seeing it as a trend. I'm not sure if anyone else is or not. it's just interesting to me that I'm seeing it slip back. I'm not
so
saying
what's
it's a
that
good thing.
replaced with?
I'm not saying it's a good thing. They still want to rock a party. Don't get me wrong, Dave. They still want to rock a party. But today's couples, and you and I, Dave, come from a very similar background of education. Today's couples, I'm finding they don't care to really make the cake cutting ceremony a thing. They don't care to personalize their introductions. We can do that somewhere else, or we can do that with our first dance, or we can do that with, something else. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a trend I'm seeing, I guess. How did we get off on this tangent? I'm sorry.
No, this is
Talk
part
about
of that,
wireless.
because this is that concept of that wireless technology. I think is going to be built into that individual experience. It's all going to come together, because first off, we're going to go wireless with maybe using Wi-Fi speakers, and maybe doing back to the old days when we tried to have the surround sound around the room. We're going to go from that to the point of now we're going to have that individual sound experience. And I could see times where we're going to have brides that want 2 dance floors. They want to have a dance floor that's going to be doing maybe oldies from 80s on back, and they're going to want a dance floor that's doing something for the younger crowd in the same vicinity.
Yeah, but how do you control that? Having them both in the same venue,
It's the silent disco headphones.
Silent disco,
okay.
There's technology that we did some video on last year where you can have zoned sound that's actually really quite good, that is in that zone, and it's hugely directional, way more directional than even the Cardioid from Electro Voice and Yamaha that they use.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible stuff, and I can see these definitely coming down. We got about 3 minutes left. James, what was yours? Yours is the one I think we can dig into. You mentioned music. Music, yes, music.
Yeah.
Music.
How we're going to acquire music, how we're going to play back music. Well, we're probably going to be playing it back, but what are live options for playing back music? All of a sudden, somebody comes up with a request, or a last minute request, or something that we didn't have per se.
I'm gonna start this part off here by asking you guys, how long do you think it'll be before we are carrying less than 10 gig of music, and the rest of it's going to be basically accessed via a stream? 5 years or less.
Yeah.
As we're hearing things and going through, and then we're talking to some of the people who are in the music licensing area and what they're trying to do, I can see there will be a time in the future, whether that's 3 to 5 years, maybe it's not going to be too far, that we're not going to carry much of anything for music with us anymore, because it will all be licensed and it will all be streamed, and that's just the way we're going to be served as entertainers, which is going to stink in some cases, but I don't think we're going to be. We won't be having any conversations saying I needed a 3 terabyte hard drive in my laptop to handle all my music. I don't think that's going to be there anymore.
I only carry a half a T drive with me to any gig.
Well, that's because there aren't that many. There's only so many polka songs you can play. Come on now, James.
Exactly.
Can I show something?
Yeah, go ahead, Andy.
So this is my laptop. Talking about wireless, you see those little lights that are moving?
Okay.
Yeah.
iPhone. No wires. I will show you. Absolutely no wires. Wireless.
Yeah. We've got that technology and the ability to control and back and forth. It's just how that concept engages our guests on our dance floor. That's going to be really what I think becomes revolutionary in the technology between sound, lighting, video, and of course the music, where it's all coming from.
I think maybe I'm just old, but I don't trust those things yet. I know it is what it is. I just don't trust wireless yet.
And a lot of people didn't trust electricity when it first started coming out to these rural areas either, but now we're pretty much sold on it. So I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but let's face it, man, it's going to get to the point where this is going to become the norm. And in order to be there, because now they can police the licensing for music better for performances, we're going to have to go and jump through the hoops. So we got 25 seconds left. Any last words on this, guys? Then we're going to go to the next topic.
Welcome to the future.
Yeah, that's really what it's going to be. Okay, let's go. We're going to switch to topic 3.